So this is Imlie episode for the month of April. What you are going to see for the month of April on Imlie series. Uday manipulates Aryan and Peter into believing that he is a good guy. This is what all you are going to see in the month of April. Starlife Imlie April 2023 teasers. Saturday, April 1 episode. Aryan finds Imlie interfering with his plans for Aditya. Later, he lashes out at her and orders his office staff to keep important files out of Imlie's reach. Episode 439, Imlie arrives at the office to find the proof and runs into Aditya, who has it. Later, Aditya burns the file after Imlie claims she does not love him. Sunday, April 2, 2023, Episode 440, Imlie ties Aryan's hand to make him answer her questions about her Peter's late husband. Later, Aryan gets furious with her queries. Imlie and Aryan arrives at the three parties to perform the Pagfera ceremony. Later, Imlie meets Aditya to gather proof regarding Arvind's death. Aryan gets furious at Imlie for rearranging his late brother-in-law's room and makes her redo the entire room again. Later, Imlie crashes a party for her investigation. So this is April 3rd, Monday. Aryan gets episode 443. Imlie complains about her husband to her new acquaintances. Elsewhere, Narmada's condition worsens when Badi Ma spikes her drink. Tuesday, April 4th, Imlie enters the office of Seth Purandas and learns Arvind's truth. Later, she loses her calm and reveals herself when he gives orders to kill Aryan. Imlie tries to warn Aryan about the attack on him but fails to get to him. Later, she decides to take part in the beauty pageant to get his attention. Episode 446, Wednesday, 5th April. Imlie tries to warn Aryan about the attack on him but fails to get to him. Later, she decides to take part in the beauty pageant to get his attention. When Seth Purandas orders his men to kill Imlie and destroy the evidence, Aryan comes to rescue her. However, they end up getting captured. April 6th, Aditya's arrival with the police on time saves Aryan and Imlie's life. Aryan befriends Aditya, accepts all his mistakes and makes a big declaration to Imlie. Aryan tells Imlie that she doesn't have to honor her forced marriage to him anymore and asks her not to return to him. Later, Aditya gives Imlie some emotional advice. Friday 7th, Aparna makes plans for Imlie and Aryan's first date and stops them from going to the office. Aryan explains to Imlie what happens on a date. Imlie and Aryan enjoys their romantic date and he reveals his shocking past to her. Later, Imlie defends Sundar against Badima's allegation. April 8th, Imlie decides to bring Sundar and Arpita together and asks them separately about their feelings for each other. Later, she questions Aryan about Arpita's future. Badima declares that she has chosen a groom for Arpita from a wealthy family. Meanwhile, Aryan refuses to accept Sundar as Arpita's life partner. April 9, Arpita confesses her feelings for Sundar to Imlie, who wishes to unite them. Later, Aryan misconstrues Imlie's motives and locks her in a room. Imlie advises Uday to prepare Arpita's favorite meal to test their compatibility. Later, Badima dares Aryan to cook for Imlie as well. April 10, Uday manipulates Aryan and Arpita into believing that he is a good guy. While Aryan is irked by Imlie's disapproval of Uday, she sets a trap for him. Imlie attempts to sabotage Arpita's engagement by stealing the engagement ring. Later, she presents evidence against Uday, which bewilders everyone. Sunday, April 11. Aryan trashes Uday and throws him out of the house for breaking his marriage with Arpita. While Arpita attempts suicide, Imlie, Aryan, and Sundar rescues her. Imlie gets upset as she believes that she has misbehaved with her mother and starts comparing her to Uday. Meanwhile, Badima insults Sunda in front of the priest. 12th April, Imlie seeks Meeti's forgiveness and Aryan fulfills Imlie's wish to meet Meeti. Under Badima's influence, Nanda asks Namada to pay a huge sum as Arpita's dowry. Despite Imlie's threat to contact the cops, Nanda insists on taking the dowry. Later, Aryan becomes distraught at the prospect of being separated from Arpita. 13th April, Imlie finds out about Lata's demand for dowry from Namada and informs Sunda about it. Later, she takes a stand against dowry while Sunda supports her. A chaotic situation occurs at Sunda and Arpita's wedding when Nanda insists on taking the dowry. Later, Imlie steps in to fix the issue. 14th April, Imlie puts herself in danger while looking for Aryan, but Jyoti saves her life. Later, Aryan is surprised to meet his colleague friend, Jyoti, and introduces her to Imlie. Jyoti settles a conflict between Imlie and Badima and gives them both some advice on staying happy. Later, Aryan's shocking gesture makes Imlie feel happy. 15th April, Jyoti decorates Aryan and Imlie's room with candles so they can spend quality time together. Later, when Imlie gets to her room, she meets with an accident, and Aryan gets anxious when Imlie faints and decides to take care of her till she recovers. Meanwhile, Jyoti realizes that she has an ally. Friday, 16th April, when Aryan goes to collect the evidence from Imlie's assistant, he gets shot by an assassin. Elsewhere, Jyoti, Badima, and Gudia team up against Imlie. Badima tells Namada that Imlie puts Aryan in danger, saves him, and takes all the credit. Elsewhere, Imlie goes with Abe to find a blood donor for Aryan. 17th April, Namada lashes out at Imlie and blames her for all the problems that Aryan faced. Aryan gets shocked to see Namada's behavior towards Imlie, but Badima presents Imlie's action to Namada in a bad light in order to turn her against Imlie. Later, Imlie and Aryan share an emotional moment together. 18th April, Imlie confronts Namada and apologizes, but she puts forward a shocking condition. Later, Aryan takes Imlie's side and gives a befitting reply to Namada. Imlie tries to convince Namada but gets rebuked with false accusations. Meanwhile, Aryan decides to express his feelings for Imlie after Arpita's advice. 19th April, Jyoti and Gudia plan to ruin Aryan's idea to propose to Imlie. Later, Aryan gives Imlie a wonderful surprise. In the middle of the forest, Imlie slips into a muddy pond as Jyoti calls the support of the pool. Aryan feels guilty as Imlie becomes unconscious. 20th April, Aryan breaks down when Imlie loses her consciousness. As he confesses his feelings to her, Imlie wakes up and they get emotional. Imlie expresses her love to Aryan and they share a romantic moment. Meanwhile, Jyoti reveals her vile move to Badima and Gudia. 21st April, Jyoti gets jealous of the closeness between Aryan and Imlie and so probes Aryan about the last night happening. However, she plans to defend Imlie before Namada. Imlie's pregnancy test turns positive, which delights her family. Later, to bring trouble into Imlie's life, Jyoti makes a devious plan against her. 22nd April, Namada is delighted and arranges a baby shower ceremony for Imlie. Meanwhile, Jyoti makes a vile plan to harm Imlie. Imlie becomes the victim of Jyoti's evil plan and gets admitted to the hospital. While a revelation leaves her devastated, Jyoti bribes the doctor to lie to Imlie. April 23rd, Namada rebukes Imlie for not being able to keep Aryan happy or have a child. Later, she asks Imlie to perform a ritual or leave Aryan. While Imlie gets forced to perform a superstitious ritual, Aryan gets at the temple and saves her. He also speaks out for Imlie when Badima criticizes her. 24th April, Jyoti gives fake medicine to Imlie to harm her. Later, Aryan supports Imlie when Namada blames her for being selfish. While performing Savitri Puja, Imlie feels dizzy and becomes unconscious. Later, she feels elated on the confirmation about her pregnancy. 25th April, Imlie announces the news of her pregnancy to Aryan. However, he gets a medical report about his infertility and Jyoti confuses him with her devious move. Jyoti tries to mislead Aryan about Imlie's pregnancy and instigates him against Madhav. She gets baffled when Aryan is unaffected by her words. 26 April, Jyoti informs Aryan about Imlie's condition amidst sting operation. While Aryan probes Madhav to learn about the incident, Jyoti plans to trap the latter. Imlie receives an award for excellent performance at Bhaskar Times. Later, she consoles a dejected Madhav, but Aryan attacks him. 27th April, Imlie gets upset as Aryan behaves rudely towards Madhav, leading to a conflict. Later, Aryan seeks Jyotika's help in collecting evidence against Madhav. Aryan gets angry, seeing Madhav in Imlie's room, and tries to beat him up. He decides to investigate Madhav's motive, but keeps his mission a secret for Imlie. 28 April, Aryan confronts Madhav about what happened on the night of the sting operation. Madhav tells the truth, but Aryan's prejudice makes him distrust him. Imlie stands by Madhav when Aryan reveals his version of the truth, while he resolves to punish Madhav. Imlie decides to check on Aryan's medical report. 29th April, Jyoti blackmails her ex-husband into attempting to kill Madhav, but Imlie's sudden arrival stops him. Later, Imlie and Aryan throw a challenge at each other. While Imlie gets a clue behind Madhav's attack, Jyoti offers help and brings Harry to the Rathod mansion. Later, a disguised Imlie surprises the Rathors. Friday, 30th April. While Aryan promises Imlie to accept her child, she tries to convince him of the truth of her pregnancy. Later, Imlie collects proof to save Madhav. Imlie's doubt comes true when the footprint gets matched with one pair of sandals at the Rathod mansion. As Sunda identifies her, she reveals the truth to him. So this is April teaser for Imlie.